got the back wall over here. This is my show, my Sammys, my sandwiches. So they're all just like self-portraits of myself. I am the sandwich. So growing up, we didn't have a lot of food growing up. We grew up kind of broke. So I ate a lot of sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So Sammy's just like a cartoon representation of myself. And so most of the time he's only showing with like meat and cheese. Because that's pretty much we had, like bread, meat, and cheese. And it's my struggle sandwich. And it has cartoon faces because I watched a lot of television growing up because me and my sister didn't have a babysitter. So we had to watch each other. So as kids, you know, mom's like, don't answer the phone, don't answer the door, make sure he doesn't burn anything down, and watch TV. So the televisions are like the guardians, they're kind of like our watchdogs. They taught us everything from the 90s television shows and the ads and the commercials that are like, don't do drugs, you know, so I got the devil's lettuce over there. And you know, I was really hyper on sugar most of the time, so we ate a lot of sugar. On top of like eating a lot of sandwiches. But yeah, that's my show. Like, I'm also a storyteller, and I want to tell y'all a quick story real quick, if that's cool. Y'all cool with that? Yeah. Alright, cool. So money has always been the head of my household, right? Because my family never had it. My mom was always working 2 jobs. My dad was always doing odd jobs to get money. We lived with my grandparents. They both worked too, but it seemed like it was just never enough. We could never get out of struggle. Another thing that my dad did to get money, he played the lottery a shit ton. And I always told him, like, yo, it's a waste of time. Like, it's a waste of money. We can use this money on anything else. You want to play the lottery? He's like, I understand that, but one day, you know, one day we can win, and all of our troubles are over. So one day we did win. $3 million. So my mom was in the newspaper one day, checking the numbers, and our numbers came up, all 6. And she freaked the fuck out. She's like, oh my God, we won, we won. And it showed my dad, and he's like, oh Lord, we done won! We finally got it! He's on the floor, he's like, thank you, Jesus, thank you so much. I'm gonna give 10,000 to this person, I'm gonna give 20,000 to this other person, your college fund is taken care of. Don't you tell nobody, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody that we won. So the Texas Lottery Commission at the time was in Tyler, Texas. So he called my uncle the next day to pick him up, and they drove all the way to Tyler, Texas. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, we millionaires. I ain't going to school, fuck that. I'm good. Like, we got to go, we're going to the mall. So I skipped school the next day, and I waited for my dad all night to come home. He didn't get home until like 8 o'clock. I'm like, fuck, the mom about to close at 9. Like, it's all right. Look at these Jordans, though. It's going to be dope. So my pops comes home, my mom walks in, and I'm like, all right, yo, the mall's good, 9 o'clock, let's go. I said, there ain't gonna be no mall, baby. I'm like, what you mean? Like, it's almost now, like, we got an hour, we can do it. Like, tomorrow then, we're gonna go to the mall tomorrow. I was like, ain't gonna be no mall tomorrow. I'm like, what happened? She's like, well, we won, but in another state, and that doesn't count. So we technically won the lottery, but we didn't. And for my dad's struggle of driving all the way down there, they gave him $80. So we took that money the next day and we went to an all-you-can-eat Asian buffet. But, you know, it wasn't nothing to me because we were already broke, so I'm like, it's another day, fuck it. You know, like, we were broke yesterday, we broke today, it's no big deal. But my dad didn't say anything for 3 days. He smoked around the house pretty much. And to this day, my dad still plays the lottery. Thinking like, one day, we're gonna get it. We won that one time, we were real close. Nah, Pops, we not. But it's cool. And that's my story, y'all. Thank you.